What is up, guys? Back into there with another reaction to the Berserk manga, this time with the chapters The Final Fragment and Awakening. Like I've mentioned, these chapters also seem pretty short, especially this Final Fragment chapter. Looks like it's only 20 pages, which is a bit, maybe less than 20 pages, maybe 19 or 18. And then the next one is 22, which isn't too bad. But yeah, it looks like we've been shortening up the amount of chapters, shortening up the chapters, which is a shame. But I've got to say, these last couple volumes and these last chapters within Casca's Mind have been absolutely fantastic so far. So looking forward to seeing more of that. We'll just have a little recap quickly of what we went through last time. Pretty fresh in the memory with the P9 monsters. A lot of P9 monsters, of course. Mozgus getting brought out of Varney's bag, of course, as well. Again, the reactions are probably going to be quite a bit shorter than they used to be as well, of course, just because, again, there's less to read, and especially because we get a lot of artwork like this as well, where there isn't kind of too much dialogue. But where did we finish off on exactly? Oh yeah, of course we had the dog, which I prefer than the normal armor, honestly. The dog Berserker armor, which looks fantastic. Yeah, that's oh yeah, I forget. They changed where the title chapters are as well, so we'll get into the Final Fragment. Also, just apologies, guys. I probably look and sound like crap because I don't know what it is. The last few weeks I've just been really ill. I think maybe because it's summer, hay fever's come around a bit more. I'm not really sure, but sneezing a lot. Apologies. Probably going to be quite a few cuts in the video. Yeah, let's see us get the Final Fragment again. Let's hope it's a happy ending as well. Has there already been too many happy endings in Berserk? I don't think so. Oh shit, that's pretty awesome. It's like the tail kind of morphed into his sword. That's pretty cool. Can't have guts without his giant classic sword. Looking like Sonic. Did he eat his eyeball? Of course. There's no doubt. That's the Berserker armor. Its guts turned into a Berserker, standing on his own tail sword. That is pretty awesome, isn't it? That is pretty awesome. It would be cool if Guts, it's obviously, like I say, it wouldn't be possible. Who knows? It probably is possible. But if Guts could turn into this form as his usual self, a bit more agile perhaps, look cooler as well, as I said. Let's take this opportunity to retrieve the casket while the enemy is under assault by Guts. Otherwise, he's liable to demolish it himself. That bird again. It's going after Guts. That is no bird. That is a hawk. Right there. Hey, look at that. Do you know what, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Metal Garurumon from Digimon. Again, I think this version's actually quite a lot cooler. Sorry, Guts. But, well, that's quite funny, isn't it? That in Casca's mind, as again, I'm ill, apologies. It's quite funny that the version in her mind is actually quite a bit cooler. Oh, fuck. We opened up its eye. Little crack. crack of what's underneath there. Also quite funny that this is like the Garden like Casca's like final piece, obviously being Griffith at the boss. He is literally like the boss of her source of I was about to call it insomnia, whatever you want to call it, amnesia, craziness. He is the boss residing over that. This might give us an insight. Well, I'm not sure how accurate it would be, and the fact that we haven't really got many chapters left. I'm obviously not going to cover this, but might give us a little insight on who would win a final battle between Griffith and Guts. If we remember, I think Griffith won the first battle. Pretty sure Guts won the second battle in the last battle between these guys. If I remember correctly. It's been a long time when Guts ended up leaving. So it's kind of even at the minute. But say that. Griffith is a god. So you'd expect him to absolutely smoke Guts, but power of writing can make anyone win. Hang in there, golems. Serpico, lift up the casket. Be reasonable. That fucking coat Serpico saying that. There's no end to the monsters spawning from that bird's miasma. More and more keep coming. They've done all they can do. Here they come. We're out of protective measures. I'm not sure. I don't think we've seen. Well, I don't remember every month. There's like hundreds, thousands monster designs in this. I don't remember every monster design, but I don't actually think we're seeing any of these monsters that we're seeing in the dream right here, have we? I don't personally remember any. I wonder if we will see some like specific ones of everything's been in kind of like a different shape of like the same thing, if that makes sense, with Guts and Griffith, for example. There have been different shapes of the same thing, so maybe that's the same with the monsters. I was going to say, Matt, do you think we'll see any kind of monsters? I forget what that Borkov, I think it is, like Borkov or anything like that, but I kind of doubt it. Huh. What's going on here? There's cherry blossoms. Petals. One yet remains within the memories you've cherished all along. Ah! What the fuck? Is that a master? Chilling in the hat. Mistress! Where'd you come from? Literally, that is quite hilarious, isn't it? Considering the nature of her being a magician, a witch, and literally pulling something out of her hat. That's quite hilarious. Didn't I say we can meet again in dreams? She actually did, yeah. She actually did specifically say in your dreams, I think, or something along those lines. So I always thought she was talking quite like figuratively there, if you know what I'm saying. Like, oh, you can just dream me up and I'll cheer you up from your dream version of me. But no, literally she can. You've done well to come this. Ah, shit. Okay, no spoilers there, thank God. Well, we're reading the next chapter in a minute anyway, so even if there was spoilers, not a big problem. You've done well to come this far, Shirka. As your teacher, I'm very proud. Now I must bestow a blessing upon my dearest student. Oh shit, is this her de-aging here? She kind of looks a bit like the Queen of the Elves. That's what I initially thought this was. Damn. Burn this all down. Do you know what? Is she like the Skull Knight of this situation? Not that Skull Knight killed all the monsters or anything, but he like clutched up big time. Again, same thing in a different form. Perhaps. Now, go to the fragment. Yes, mistress. We made it. Yes, somehow. But now it's out of reach. What do we do? Ooh, dear me. Please leave that to me. Place this beneath the casket. Now, where do I read here? I'm going to go right. How useful. Now, the fucking Mozgus. Now, at long last. Mozgus, you know, he's coming quite handy. So this is... Oh, you know what? I don't know how it's poetic. Like, I can't put it into words, but it does just feel quite poetic that the last piece would be a child, the kid she had with guts. Oh, it's got some good abs on it. It's looking pretty strong. Abs. I mean ribs. Looking pretty hench. But I don't know. It just feels like it's like, yeah. We haven't seen him involved really. It's also quite interesting. Well, I say it's quite interesting. I mean, it makes sense it took this form, but I'd be interested to see if, like, maybe later down the line or something, it changes form into the Moonlight Boy that we saw, that we've seen a few times. Because I think they are one of the same. I'm not really sure. Okay. Yeah, let's read some comments before we move on. Do you know what? This chapter was really short. Though I do feel quite ill, I'm not going to be recording later. I'd usually do a Nichijou today as well, but I'm not going to because I feel a bit too ill for that. I might end up feeling better. What usually happens is I do end up kind of feeling a bit better as I end up recording. So I might do another chapter depending on the length. I think we've only actually watched about 10 minutes or read about 10 minutes so far. So might end up doing another chapter depending on how the next one goes. Yeah, the next chapter is Awakening, but again, we'll read some comments quickly before we move on. Is that the case though? I feel like it's one of those things where even if that didn't happen, all kind of the fate would kind of lead to this situation and would be here anyway, even if that wasn't the case, if that makes any sense. And there was many a factor that even before that led to this. He's back. Do you think if Current Guts was to be in the eclipse with the Band of the Hawk, would it have played out the same way? Yes, it would have. Even with the Berserker armor, surely that would have played out the same way. Like, did he have the Berserker armor versus Slain? I'm not sure he did actually. Apparently a slam. Where's the later version of it? Did he have the armor later? No, I don't think he did. Okay, that would have definitely put that question to bed if he did. But I feel like with every God Hand member there, there's no way Guts. Maybe I don't know. It would have been interesting to see Guts and Skull Knight. I still think they would have lost. Again, can't ever really be sure of anything like that, but I feel like the God Hand, with all of them there, would beat anyone. Oh, okay. So this is who. Oh, so this is also Casca said she wanted to see. Okay. Again, we were quite scared that would be Griffith, but okay. So it's actually the baby. Good. Good. Oh, come on, bro. It doesn't look inbred. It looks like a mutation. Pretty sure inbred people still have human bodies. Not saying that this doesn't have a human body, but you know what I'm saying, like a normal looking human body, right? I don't know. Disgusting features. Do you know what? Maybe this is a bit of payback for me, honestly. Again, I was always hating on the demon fetus. I was like, he's an enemy. He was like villain number one when he appeared for me. Maybe this is a bit of redemption / payback. Me hating on him, and now I'm in the case of after the whole human behelit stuff, really liking him. And now I'm seeing the comments talking bad about him and getting pissed off. Disgusting fetus. Yes. This disgusting fetus is a go. What the fuck happened here? What's happened here? I'm on Gay Man's brother's account. Information, it looks like. I'm not sure what happened there. Must have clicked someone's name or something. It's the Gay Man's brother. Yeah, I did. I clicked this guy. It looks like my brother. Wait. This is the Gay Man's brother. So his brother's the gay man. Okay. Sorry, I got slightly confused there for a sec. The mistress, hot as fuck. Okay, whatever. Is there actually going to be anything interesting in the comment section here? Or is it just going to be like surface level, just appearance stuff as usual? Sometimes you get some interesting stuff in the comment section here. Oh, yeah, you know, that's pretty interesting. Mistress kind of appeared as fire here. She was burned to death. Interesting. Well, this has also got a ton of likes, this chapter, so I can assume that we're successful from the fact that there's like a ridiculous amount of likes here. There's more likes. Yeah, there's much more likes than any of the last chapters. So okay, let's see what happened. There's some kind of crazy twist, or we're successful is what's going on here. That's the last fragment. A monster? But it's just like a baby. I don't know why the final fragment has this form, but be prepared. Huh? Before, when I was nearly pulled into the Berserker armor, I caught a glimpse of Guts' memories. I'd just as soon never witness them again. What are we about to see is most likely that mad feast. Keep your mind well guarded. Oh boy, let's go. Yeah, there it is. The classic shot. Holy shit. The classic. Or penis ball monsters. Has that got a tail? Obviously, I never noticed that before. Damn. This is a really... I love this shot. We see this shot quite a few times. I always love it. It's always great, isn't it? It's like spiraling into... Yeah, it's just amazing. Also love how, like, when people are on top of the hand, it looks like it's kind of claws, like the claws of the hand, like femto, void, slain, such. Just like everywhere you look, there's just something awesome. Like just like the flow of souls here, horrible looking faces getting sucked in. Yeah, it's just it's awesome. This is what broke Casca. The main cause. Oh, there's a little floater there. And just plenty of... Oh, here we go. Plenty of body parts floating about from the band of the hawk, of course. I love the gore here. Tell you what, if any of you guys really love gore, what's his bloody name? He worked on a load of the Friday the 13th movies. He's a really famous. I'm going to call him Gorishan effects artist. I forget his name. He's like really famous, like one of the most famous effects artists. Friday 13th effects artist. Tom Savini, that's the one. You guys have definitely heard that name if you're fans of horror. Check out some of like the backstage of some of his works. I find it absolutely fascinating how he like makes these contraptions and just he's a genius. He's in a few movies as well. Obviously, I always thought he was an actor because I recognised him from Dusk Till Dawn, which I watched when I was quite young. Great movie, by the way. And he was in that, and he had a little fucking penis gun. I thought he was an actor from that point, but then I watched a load of horror movies after that, of course, and then you know what? He actually done the effects on some of my favourites. Night of the Living Dead, Dusk Till Dawn, Dawn of the Dead, Creep Show, Day of the Dead, Creep Show 2, which isn't quite as good. Maniac, Land of the Dead. Have I seen Land of the Dead? I don't think I've seen Land of the Dead. Have I? I haven't actually. Huh. It's got Dennis Hopper in there. I haven't seen this one. I don't think. Ah, wow. Yeah, I haven't. I need to check this one out. I've definitely seen this poster. Interesting. It's got quite good ratings. Sorry guys, bit of a tangent here, but the audience score isn't quite as high. Not as much. Friday the 13th. Planet Terror. Is it? I think he's in Planet Terror as well, isn't he? Perhaps. Texas Chainsaw Part 2, my favourite of the Texas Chainsaw movies, honestly. Meshed there. I need to watch that as well. Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. He does a lot of effects, not just horror movies as well. Or like as you see here, Django Unchained, Huck's been a Wallflower. I think I actually saw a scene of him backstage on that. Not that there's too many effects in that, but one of my, I wouldn't say a favourite of mine, but a pretty cool little horror. It's Wishmaster here. I quite like this. this guy, I can't remember his name, Andrew Devoff. This guy in this movie is fucking fantastic. The main reason to watch this movie. Enough of that though. Enough of that. Again, I'm just kind of creaming over Tom Savini's works a little bit here. Again, legend of the game. He does a lot of similar effects to what you like kind of see here. A lot of very gory structures. Again, and most of my memory actually goes not to Friday the 13th, but of the Dead movies. And I think of Tom Savini. The one I forget which one it's called, but especially the one where they like. It's relatively boring, but it has the best gore effects. Sorry, I'll just get out quickly. I think is it Day of the Dead? I don't think so. Is it Day of the Dead? Perhaps. Again, there's so many of them. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I got that. The one where they're like a humanoid type one. He does the effects in this and they look absolutely fantastic. It's quite a boring one, to be honest with you. It's not my favourite at all, but it's got some really good effects. Yeah, again, I recommend checking out some like backstage of Tom Savini kind of effects work. It's really awesome, really awesome. But yeah, we see a lot of gore here. There we eyeballs still connected, half open brains. Just like the inside of a human's stomach right there. Chest, should I say. Arms, brains. Jeez. This. Everywhere you look, there's something horrible going on. Everywhere you look, there's something horrible going on. This guy's brain is just flying everywhere. I think that's... I don't know what that is. Yeah, we do see guts down here as well, of course. And Emto. Okay. Awesome artwork so far, as usual. No, you mustn't be overwhelmed. Don't lose sight of yourself. It comes flowing in. Casca's scream. I'm not looking forward to this though, to be honest with you. I'm not looking forward to actually seeing this again. Sorry guys, I could hear myself sounding nasally. I sound pretty nasally anyway, but like even more so. I love it how I press shuffle on this and it shuffles the first song, but it then doesn't shuffle any further than that. Fucking YouTube. Oh God, we're getting her point of view. Jesus. I don't know if this is worse actually. Like we don't see it, which is good, but being in her point of view, I'm pretty good at. I feel like I'm a pretty good person, better than most people that put myself in someone else's shoes, and maybe that's actually negative in some balance because sometimes you can't actually feel what another person's feeling. But I'm usually pretty good at like reading the room, reading people, put myself in someone else's shoes. So I like, yeah, what's going through my head right now is like, what would I be doing in this situation? And like, yeah, I know it's kind of horrible. Inarticulate, a mind torn asunder. So yeah, there is Casca, and there is her getting torn apart into the doll, broken to pieces. I like that. It's a good little representation, isn't it? No words need to be said. That just tells a story itself. I like stuff like that. I love simple kind of. It's funny because in a lot of anime they struggle with that. That's why I really hate super dialogue. Like I love dialogue. I love good dialogue. I hate super dialogue heavy shows. I'm gonna reference Slimed Ken from this season as a exhibit of just like they speak too much. They can convey what the main points and such are in such a quicker fashion. I understand, like, you don't just want to be exposition, you don't want to just give stuff that you need to give the audience. Like, that's just kind of bullshit. I think Quentin Tarantino is a master at kind of at conversation in his movies and such. It's not all, a lot of the time it is just kind of like, it's not really plot kind of related, but it's just like, it's great dialogue. And the plot goes where it wants to from the actions of the character. I feel like he's like a master in that storytelling element. Where again, like Slime Dad Ken, everything's dialogue. It's like in movies and in media, in my opinion, you get it here in manga, which is like quite funny because you'd expect it to be more writing, but obviously it's mostly picture medium. Yeah, like this is just great storytelling here. Whereas like I don't want to hear about something that happened. I don't want to hear about something important. I don't want to hear about how someone feels. You want to see it, and like a visual representation. That's like the whole medium of like movies, manga, TV. I want to see. I want to understand and see what's happening rather than being told and being informed on it. I just think that's just a much better experience. Like I said, I feel like Quentin Tarantino, he does something with the dialogue that a lot of people don't do, and that's why his movies are so fantastic. Obviously, there's like exceptions, like Inglourious Basterds, which is one of my favourite movies of his. It's got a lot of important dialogue, but it's also got, again, a lot of his kind of classic. I think Juno is a pretty good example of that as well. I love the conversations and dialogue in Juno. Again, some of it is important as well, but yeah, just like. This is a perfect example of like show, don't tell right here. Like it's just conveyed hundreds of words in one image. Now it's all kind of swirling and is this going in or out? Very interesting image this, isn't it? I think it's like getting poured in her heart and then coming out is the thorns to like protect it. It's like the darkness is getting poured in, and then as the defense mechanism is to get rid of her memories, break her mind, and then that being the darkness that protects her heart with all these thorns. I feel like that fits, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Again, if I really, if I paid attention a bit more, I would have known. Like, are these the ventricles? Like, which ones send the blood in the heart and which ones send it out? Because again, I think there's like 4 areas or something like that, and then there's like 2 that push blood in the heart, and then 2 that like pump it out. And I feel like some of these are pumping out the 4 ones to protect, and then again this is the darkness getting pumped in her heart like blood. Again, could be wrong, so don't take my word for that. It's the final fragment is a heart, and if we return this to the doll in the casket, just a moment, is something wrong? This form it's in, chances are it carries an anathema. Oh, I was going to say, what the hell is an anathema? Anathema? A curse. What could this mean? Something terrible will happen if we return it to the doll? Wow. I was careless. Me, of all people. I was so preoccupied with restoring Casca's sanity, I failed to consider it. An experience so terrifying So yeah, I think the curse is the fact that she remembers this. I think I spoke about that maybe last week, about the fact that, yeah, we're restoring her, but we're also restoring the memory of all that terribleness. But along with that, we also restore the memory of the loving moments, like Guts, and Guts being in her memory. So I feel like there is positives to that as well, of course. Where there is pitch darkness, there is like glimpses of light you can focus on, perhaps. An experience. Sorry, I can't stand how I sound right now. I might sound exactly the same, I don't know, but I just feel my nose. An experience so terrifying. Casca were to retain both her memory and her sanity, it would mean unimaginable agony for her. Instead, it pushed her beyond her breaking point. There's no guarantee your wish will be her wish. This is what he meant. Indeed, indeed. It's fucking Skull Knight. He's got all the answers, the little bastard. Mate, it's been way too long since we've seen a Skull Knight, by the way. Yep, there comes Griffith. We better hurry up and make a decision. What will it be? What will it be? Oh no! Go on, Guts. Locken. Guts! That Guts bleeding all over the place? Yeah. It's quite amazing how they capture that, isn't it? Like, that really does feel like Griffith just like looking at you like you're a puny little human. How fucking dare you? If we miss this chance, we won't have another. But tremble, tremble. You're afraid, aren't you? Even when you know how helpless you are in the dark. Oh, you know what? This is awesome. There are times when you cower, unable to move. There's nothing you can do on your own. Yeah, very relatable here for Farley's. So we look back to her backstory. The burnt rabbit. That's why, like he did then for me, this time, for my own reasons, I'm going to drive away your darkness. Let's go. So this is the ultimate kind of climax, really, of Farnese's development, honestly, isn't it? That she is now giving upon to Casca what Guts gave to her. Which is pretty fucking awesome, isn't it? She is no longer that useless girl. She's actually done. Again, it's like the biggest thing. She's done the big what I'd say a majority of fans. Well, I don't know. Maybe a majority would rather see Griffith die or Guts get revenge on Griffith or something like that. But I think a good amount of fans would. Their number one wish would be for Casca to return, for Casca's mind to return and such. And Farnese is actually the character to achieve that. I think it's like the ultimate kind of Again, this compliment to her character arc, isn't it? Of course, Shirka's helping as well, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's just a fantastic moment for Farnese, isn't it? Farnese. Because I don't want to look back on the days I travelled with Casca and you, mistress, and everyone else as meaningless. Yes, true. The corridor of dreams. Our whole journey, rather, has been about this from the start. Now, hurry. Then this nightmare will be over. Do you know what? I love this song. This song quite suits this moment, honestly. Still my favourite part of JoJo's. Let me know your guys' favourite JoJo's part in the comment section. Just to get on that, just to further that point, don't know about anyone else, but I really didn't like part 6. Like, I reacted to it on the channel. I thought the ending was pretty cool. Everything else, I don't know. It wasn't. Maybe it's just like me aging or maturing in terms of watching anime, or like it just wasn't as funny at all. Didn't get endeared to the characters nearly as much, especially the main JoJo. I didn't mind Jolene, but I don't know. I really wasn't a big fan of part 6. The thing is, as well, I always heard before part 6 was animated, it was a lot of people's least favourite parts, and a lot of people really didn't like part 6. But funny enough, after the anime came out, that was seemingly an unpopular opinion. Not sure why. But yeah, I guess I should have expected to not be a big fan of part 6. But I've heard plenty of great things about part 7, so super excited for that to get animated at some point. Again, hopefully it's much better than part 6. But yeah, part 4 still my favourite. Then it's between like parts 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 5, should I say? I got fond memories of part 5 because that was when that was airing. That was exactly like the time I got into anime, so I was watching that live as like one of my first kind of live weekly anime, and I'd watch it just by myself on my phone and just have an absolute blast at the time. As I've said plenty of times, I like the simple. So again, you can see why part 4 would be my favourite. In it goes like a puzzle. I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil, so yeah, I think I've been mentioning that over the past few weeks. I'm going through all the Resident Evil games and trying to get 100% achievements on them. I've done 2 so far, which is Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 2 Remake. Both fantastic games, of course. I need to play the 4 remake. I've mentioned that a few times. I'm going to buy that one. It's a bit cheaper. But just recently got Resident Evil 7 and 8. I haven't played 8 yet, but I've now finished Resident Evil 7. I never played it before. I've now finished that 3 times in the last 3 days. First playthrough took 10 hours. Second playthrough took 2 hours, but I was on easy mode. And then my third playthrough I just finished last night on Madhouse mode, which took about 6 hours, I think, including kind of retries, which there was a fair few of. But I finished that in a day. I finished each playthrough in a day, and got all achievements for the main story. I just need to do the DLC now, which is seemingly very difficult from what I've heard. Yeah, trying to 100% all Resident Evil games. Big fan of Resident Evil, so absolutely love 7. 7 was fantastic. I think 2 remake is probably still my favourite, but 7 is, yeah, I love 7. Great horror experience. Enough of that. Again, I probably won't be doing a third chapter today. I'll probably just do the third chapter in the next reaction to finish off this volume. Hopefully I might feel a bit better then as well. And boop, he's just gone. restoring the nipple and everything. Bit creepy, isn't it? I always find that was a bit creepy. It's because when I was young, I always used to like watch YouTube videos about like creepypastas on and supposedly real stories about this doll. I think it's quite a famous one. I can't remember all the details, but it was like a doll that someone like found in their house, and then they're like, and then eventually it got put in a museum, and people can like still see it in a museum today. But people have this like horrible feeling when they go near it or something like that. I forget exactly, but I used to be a big fan of stuff like that, like creepypastas. Like again, I remember learning about like the Illuminati and reading some Illuminati creepypastas and stuff, and walking home alone one night, and I was absolutely terrified of every bush I walked past. So I ran all the way home. What is it? What am I looking for here? Creepy doll in museum. Peterborough, that isn't too far from me. Robert the Doll, is that the one? I don't think so. I don't think this is the one. Is this the one I'm thinking of? I don't think this is the one I'm talking about. Maybe it is. Maybe it's Robert the Doll. I don't know. Again, it's been fucking ages. Fuck that though. Fuck that. I'm not a believer in the supernatural in real life, to be honest with you. I feel like there's always there's a possibility for anything. I'm not really a like solid believer, but I don't know. Even so, like even there like being a possibility of that thing being haunted and such just makes me go nope. Oh, off she scoots. A door. Exactly where the brand is, of course. Goodbye, little Casca. She was really cute. I'm sure you'll get to see him. I kind of also hope. I hope that like I'm not sure. What would it be if she does get her memories back? Will it be a thing of like she does no idea who Farnese is? Like she doesn't remember anything that happened during all this time? That would be quite sad, honestly. The relationship that Farnese has kind of developed with Casca, or even this little Casca here, it would absolutely suck. But I'm expecting it to be the case that she's not going to remember Farnese at all. I hope it's not the case, but I expect it will be. Yeah, there is the wave. Brave little Casca. Guts howling. Petals. Oh shit. Oh shit. I do really want to read the next chapter now, but again, I'll wait. I will wait. Yep, I don't think there'll be anything too interesting in the comments, but a lot of hyped people. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Next chapter will be next week, of course, and that'll be on the sun dappled ground. We'll read some comments quickly before we finish off as well. So during the moment I just had a sneeze there, I have decided I will read the third chapter today. Might as well. I still probably won't feel better next week. As I said, I've felt really ill for these last few weeks. I'm not sure what's going on, but this is all I have to get rid of my... Yes. Yeah, a lot of people very hype. And that's it for the comments, is it? Oh no, it's just not scrolling. Oh, we got some kind of like Sigma male meme here, or whatever they fucking call it. Bad bad boy, yeah. Ooh, okay. I'm not gonna say we've got Casca back. I mean, it's almost like a sure thing we've got Casca back. Don't get me wrong. Like, it seems like a pretty damn sure thing, but I'm not gonna like celebrate or anything just yet. Like I said, I feel like there still could be like negatives, and yeah, anything could happen. I'll only really celebrate when Casca and Guts meet each other as themselves again. What? People say this? I feel like even like just seeing the kid, and again, I don't want to be mean to the kid, but the kid is like deformed demon. I feel like that is a representation of what Casca felt towards what happened there. If that makes any sense, like that's the form of what happened there. It mutated that beautiful love of a normal baby with Guts and Casca into that mutated demon kid. Like that is literally, like I said, the visual representation, the without words. Maybe I feel like maybe some people that maybe that's why there's like some shows and such that do go that more dialogue approach. Like I like Monogatari, but I'm not a massive fan of it just because again there's too much dialogue, and I like some of the dialogue, but I really don't like the direction some of it goes like away from the plot stuff. I'm not a fan of the actual kind of. Again, it's you could say it's like Tarantino-esque in some way, but like to a more kind of weird Japanese degree, and like very much the weird side of stuff that I'm not a fan of. But again, that is like the show don't tell of like, oh, the baby is literally like the personification of what happened during that moment. I think. How could anyone think that though? Again, maybe it's the people that, like I said, perhaps actually take things in better by just like I'm also like, again, I always learn better from kind of like reading stuff, like reading like maths equations and stuff. I'm always better at taking in stuff like that, like reading details or something rather than listening to like or seeing details. I don't know actually. I think I'm alright on both sides of things, but again, there's people that like stray, like more learning by seeing things, more learning by reading things. Maybe it's those people that learn more by reading that thought this, perhaps, because I'm not sure how I'm not sure how you could think this. Maybe these people are just psychopaths, actually, probably more likely. What is going on in the comment section with these people? Okay. Is there anything interesting in the comments? I wouldn't think so. Not just a lot of celebration. Like a lot. Let's see what this said. I can't even read it. Didn't. Okay, so we'll get into the final chapter for today. Okay, I don't know why they've done this. I don't know why they put the bloody cover of the page on the page before. We'll be covering the final one today on the sun dappled ground. I did want to Google what dappled meant as well, didn't I? Dappled ground. Dappled meaning marked with spots or round patches. Yeah. I never heard that term. Dappled. Okay. Come on. Let this be real. Let this be true and real. She still looks quite dumb. Just going off this shot, like should just say, "Oh." Huh. Welcome back, Ivalira. I'm glad these guys got back safely as well. Welcome back, everyone. You did well on your long journey. It has been a mere day for us. Oh, really? One day. But it must have been harsh months, perhaps years in the dream. Really? Miss Casca? I remember. Each of you. Yes. That girl, Elaine. Everything she saw and felt now rests within me. Let's go. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic news. That was my kind of main point, honestly. The fact that she wouldn't remember anything that happened. Like, I feel like that, it would have still been a W, but that would have been a bit of a loss if she didn't. If she didn't remember any of the stuff that Farnese has done for her, looked after her. That would have sucked. And she's speaking. It's good to meet you. Farnese, Shirka, Ivalira. I can't believe it, to be honest with you. I did not expect us to have Casca back by the time I reached the end of the current Berserk chapters. I would have maybe expected it at some point in Berserk, but yeah. Wow. She's actually back. Thank you for taking care of me as Elaine for so long. Is it me or does she look cuter as well? Is it the eyes? The eyes look real detailed, don't they? So does Shirka's here. Miss Casca? She spoke! But yeah, I bet it's a bit weird, isn't it? These guys have only known ow, ooh, ow for however fucking long. Just call me Casca. And I'd like to just call you Farnese, Shirka, and Ivalira. Sure, I don't mind. Well, I guess. How do you do, Casca, ma'am? Damn, what is going on with Shirka? Her eyes are like lighting up right here. This is the true Casca. The strength and colour of her odd are completely different now. Okay, so she's just like kind of fascinated with the odd around her right now. Looks like a bit of a fangirl, honestly. The Casca who travelled with us, and Guts' companion, the Casca who was likely a warrior, are two different people. Casca, ma'am? What is the current state of your memory? It's a strange feeling. Like I just woke from a long, deep sleep. I was dreaming through the girl Elaine, of her journey with you all, and had no thoughts or feelings. I was just watching vaguely from a distant darkness. That makes sense. The little Casca looking out of the doll. You being present in front of me. It's as if the inhabitants of a dream appeared in reality, one being a witch with an elf in tow, and the surroundings suggest this is still a dream. It's real. Or we are, at least. But what happened when I fell asleep is so muddled. Oh, really? Huh. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Good that she doesn't remember exactly, but bad that eventually she might remember what exactly happened to her. I can clearly remember setting out to rescue Griffith. Past that, nothing. It's like I'm still half asleep. Don't push yourself. Recall it slowly. You just woke up after all. Guts. Do you remember Guts? Oh man. Oh my god. Really? Of course she remembers Guts. But that's a bit interesting actually, isn't it? So she remembers until they set out to find Griffith. So she doesn't remember all the Band of the Hawk members dying just yet, nor Femto and what happened to her in the eclipse just yet. Okay. Hey, big trouble, Shirker. Looks like we went and woke up the final boss. Ignore her at your peril, girl. But there is still thinking, well, I think there's a little crush, isn't there, on Guts perhaps, but the final boss is standing in the way of Shirker and Guts' relationship. Very much the final boss, actually. Are you done saying hello? Elf Ruler? Danan. And now, at the end of your long journey, you go to reunite with the one who is dear. This is my small gift to you, because that dull travelling get-up isn't especially romantic. Oh really? Gonna sort her out another outfit. I struggle to think of what we're going to be like, because this is almost like the end game, isn't it? If that makes sense. But there's still 20 chapters. The end game in terms of like, I feel like reviving Casca's memory is like, we could be happy with that, if you know what I'm saying. If the manga ended here, I'd be quite happy. Like if this is an ending, Casca getting her memories back, having Guts back, everything ending nice and happily. But again, there's 20 more chapters, so. Jesus Christ. That Valkyrie. Which is quite fitting for Casca, honestly. A strong woman warrior. Very fitting. Jesus. Really. We really sorted her out here. Holy crap. Beautiful, doesn't she? Again, maybe a bit too feathery for my liking in terms of like, I always just like get reminded by Griffith feathers like this. Wow. Grr, transforming heroine, huh? Sneaky. It's lovely. I'm a soldier. Dresses and me, it looks good on you. Show no mercy. I insist. You're beautiful. Like a dark elf princess. Now, be on your way. I just notified the swordsman using telepathy. He should arrive at the big cherry tree shortly. Oh man, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this. Jesus Christ. It does kind of feel like the end as well, if you know what I'm saying. The end of a long fucking journey. Off they go. Also kind of like feels like your first like love and like your first date. Yeah, just kind of feel giddy like that for this situation. Look at all these bubbles of memories here as well. I hope she doesn't remember what happened with Griffith and that during her reuniting with Guts. Honestly, that would be awful. With each step I take, I recall them vividly. And let's not vividly remember too much. We remember that one. We saw that again not too long ago. Those sad, beloved days. The evidence that I am me. Casca. And the days when I was Elaine. Yeah, it's a fucking long time. Gonna have to buy the prostitutes. Godo. The demon fetus. Trolls. The moon boy. Like, I know there isn't as much here, but I think we actually did genuinely. Yeah, apologies. I think we genuinely did spend more time with her as Elaine than Casca, right? I don't know like the chapter counts. I'm not gonna. I'll probably get lost, but I feel like I feel like we had more. I feel like she was in more chapters as Elaine than Casca, right? And yet, deep within me, there was a faint voice. There's someone I want to see. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. I can't believe this moment. Again, it just seems like a bit too good to be true. I believe this moment's come. Like I said earlier, with the little rays of light in that darkness, there is plenty of rays of light right here. I feel like all those memories are rays of light as well. The petals of memories falling down. Oh shit. Is this good or bad? I don't know. I feel like you'd be able to tell if you spoke Japanese what this sound effect means. It says bathump, but like, is it bathump in like a girl in love type of way, or is this bathump in like an intense kind of remembering the past kind of way? Gut bathump. The way this looks, I'm not I'm not too optimistic. I don't know though. Yep. Ah, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. I knew it. As soon as you saw that like spiraling, I was not a fan of that. I like this quite a lot actually. It's horrible, of course. Horrible state to be in. Your literal muscles exposed like that. Bone as well, by the way. I like it though. It's really good. Again, what's it called? Anatomy. I like anatomy like this. I like. I don't know. It's just quite interesting to look at, isn't it? Oh, well, I kind of wish I didn't read this chapter now. In terms of like, this leaves off an even bigger cliffhanger than the last chapter. I wouldn't even say the last chapter ended off on a cliffhanger. Really, this one really does. Like, is she gonna? Yeah, is she gonna like? Is her mind gonna break again? That could genuinely happen. I don't think it will happen because I think that would be kind of stupid to do. Like the fact that we spent all this time trying to get her back, we got her back, and then she goes back into the same state. I don't think that's going to be the case. But this shot right here is really interesting to me. Like, why is Guts in his Berserker armor at the center of the eclipse here? Why is he at the center here? It's almost like he. And the fact that Griffith looks like a victim here. Like, why is it? It almost seems like kind of roles reverse. Like Guts was the one that kind of created this eclipse and fucked everyone over, and Griffith was like this victim. I don't know why it seems that way to me. I'm not getting good vibes, is what I'm maybe trying to say here. But other than the ending here, it was actually really awesome, wasn't it? I'm glad there was at least a moment here where they saw each other. Again, love this stuff. Looking back at the memories, the symbolism. Love this outfit as well. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's just some fantastic stuff today, wasn't it? But yeah, we'll again, interesting name for the next chapter. What does Jotun mean? I'm not going to translate it because I imagine it might spoil me. But yeah, read some comments before we finish off today. Yeah, this is the KSI clip, isn't it? Yes. Again, how has this comment got more likes in the chapter? Yes. No. Yep. But again, it's like everyone's like crying right now. The fact that happened, but again, is it all that bad? Because she'd have to face these memories, and like I said though, it kind of feels like she's jumbling the memories up. She's got to face these memories at some point. Again, I'd rather it not be now. I'd love a nice moment with Guts and such, but it's fine. Maybe this is like, I was also thinking maybe this relates to, it's been a little while now, but you know when Guts, I can't remember what he did to Casca, but when Elaine was really frightened of him, like maybe she's like mixing that memory in with some of this as well, perhaps. I don't know, but I don't know. Just again, it feels like Guts looks like proper villainous and proper dark here, which he always does look anyway. But like he looks like, again, he's like the center of the eclipse, and it's like he's causing this. And why do you remember Griffith? Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting bad vibes with the memory stuff here. But again, it's not assured that her mind's gonna like break or that she's gonna like anything too bad's gonna happen, right? We'll find out next week. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, there's no spoilers or anything in the comments. Bye boy. Okay, not too much in the comment section. Again, just a lot of people, like I said, either creaming or crying. This should have known. Again, it's all way too good to be true, isn't it? So yeah, nothing interesting in the comments. Yeah, do let me know. Just sort of stupid comment there. Do let me know what you guys think about this. These chapters down in the comment section. Again, maybe some of the best chapters in the series here. Honestly, love this stuff. It's definitely some of the most pleasing in terms of like fan service. In terms of like what we want. Again, we've been begging for this for however long for Casca to come back. So absolutely delivered. But again, it delivered in the Berserk way of like giving us some great stuff. We went through a lot of turmoil to achieve it, and just as quickly as we achieved it, it could end up being lost at the end here. So yeah, I guess we'll find out next week. Do let me know what you guys think about this one there down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Definitely got one of the biggest emotions out of me in terms reactions in terms of emotions. Is what I'm trying to say with this stuff right here. I thought was especially fantastic. Like this shot right here, I think it's just like, yeah, top class. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.